Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. I am I was going to do something different. Is anyone shocked by that statement? I'm sure not. And then here I decided, no, we're painting flowers. Oh, it's been one of those days. I do not know what's going on with my brush here. I have extra color somehow, and I'm not using extra color. I don't know. It was a very clean brush, but sometimes. Anyways, some days I start these projects and I think I'm going to do something completely different. And then I had decided that I was going to do these bright colors. And so that is like this neon green that I was going to be using. And then I switched. So I've got kind of like these darker colors now. And again, it'll all work out like it's supposed to because it's just paint. And we'll get there when it's ready to get there. But it's funny how one moment I think I'm doing one thing and then something comes along and changes my whole attitude. Now wait till you see where we go from here. Oh, and the funny part about that whole drama statement that I just made there was I don't know where we're going from here. If you've watched before, we just paint some days. Some days we just paint. I had my last infusion yesterday. I am officially cancer-free, and this has a very long it's not flat like it should be, and that's gonna drive me crazy. I need to cut it, but I don't have my scissors close. Well, it's funny. I almost grabbed these. I should have like grabbed them and did it around without the showing it in the camera and cutting it. But you know, everybody knows you don't use these on anything but fabric. But I'm sure other people do use them. But I probably, maybe I could start like the great conversation. Who uses those scissors for other things besides the fabric without getting yelled at? You know, because that's the big thing is it's what happens when you do. But I'm going to use this to my advantage, this whirly, this little uneven dealy bobber that I'm dealing with here. We're just going to let it be part of how it goes today. That's what we're going to do. So I sometimes it depends on the day, because it's definitely harder over the weekends when Owen's here to ever paint during the day. But some nights, some days I paint while Owen's at school, and then some nights I paint when he's asleep. But I just had my infusion yesterday, and I know that I'm going to be tired tonight. So I'm trying to paint today. But I kind of slept last night, but, kind of didn't. And so we go from there. And see how everything kind of just blends in as we go along here. Sometimes I put flowers that I like on top of flowers that shouldn't be covered, and vice versa. And then I go back in and I'll add like these layers down here, and then they get covered up, which again, it doesn't technically matter about any of it, because eventually we'll probably all be covered with something. And so we just keep going until we get there. That's what I do. So we just keep going. And it eventually gets to where it's supposed to be. And I pretend like I know what these flowers are supposed to look like, but quite frankly, I don't. Oh, my hair is getting very tall, and I keep hitting the camera. It's a weird kind of feeling when your hair starts, when you go months without having hair, and then here you are getting hair again. It kind of looks like a upside down peacock or something. I feel very silly today for some reason. But just everything is just weird, when you grow hair again. It's there was nothing that prepared me to become like very tall, because my hair is now going straight up. Like it's I just posted a little bit ago about how my hair has decided that it's going to reach for the stars, or the sky. I think I posted something to that effect. But it is definitely a weird experience to be growing hair back like this when you don't have it for so long. But, it's good to have hair. It's a good thing to have hair. Will travel. And as I have been kind of, I suppose, jokingly saying, I feel like I complain a lot about, and I don't know what it is, but I am so extremely blessed to be even able to think about complaining and talking about it, and joking about it, and just all the things. So as much as it's a story, as much as it's so much of life right now, I am beyond thankful through God's grace that I am here to continue to be able to complain, Oh, sorry, I kind of messed you up, little peacock, or whatever you were gonna be. Whatever you were trying to be over there, I kind of interrupted your whoever you were. Whatever you were doing, I made you not do it. I made you stop growing over there. So, but no, all my days are blending together. I was going to say tomorrow. I woke up this morning and I was like, I've got to go do something on Friday. And I'm like, what is it? I can't remember. And I'm telling you, between chemo brain, even though it's been a few months, infusion brain, I still had my infusion yesterday, but it's not chemo, but it's still the medicine. So, between that and thyroid brain, which is a whole other ball of wax, my brain chooses not to always remember what it should remember on a daily basis. And so I've been talking about it like constantly over the last, couple weeks, that Friday I get to go and find out when I can possibly get my hip replaced. And so I'm very, very excited about it. Anxious, but I'm I'm tired of not being able to walk. It's funny, I've got some new friends that are from church that are in my life, and I always joke with them that they didn't know me when I could actually walk. And so it's quite comical to me. But I can't wait to get that walking thing back. I mean, I walk, but I walk with canes, and I don't walk fast nor proficient, sufficient. I don't know which ishant, all of the ishants. But hopefully one day we will be back in the walking realm of fun and, what we should be doing. So hopefully that will, with his schedule, I have a feeling that it's, I have to wait at least 6 to 8 weeks after my last infusion, which my last infusion again was, yesterday. So I can't have it, basically until the beginning of the year, because that time frame, and with the holidays, and like I said, his schedule and my busy, non-busy schedule, it won't be until the beginning of the year, which completely works for me. And quite frankly, I'm in a rush, but I would prefer that it be more in the spring, kind of like not January or February, only because not that we don't get some weather in the other months, but it's not technically as much, because I don't want to get all hyped up for my, not that it can't happen any time, because believe me, I've experienced all those kind of fun things, but, I don't want to have it put off because of the weather when I'm, all set. And like I said, not that weather is the only factor that's going to change something happening. I just kind of, anyways, doesn't matter. But I don't think it's going to be until that time frame. But to get it on the books, I will be very happy. Very, very happy to get that going and ready to rock and roll. So just something, the next phase back in my life here. So I'm saying so a lot this time. Oh, how'd that happen? There's a big piece of fuzz or something on there. And, if you've watched before, as it is, I generally get I generally get, I can't even think, paint somewhere on here. I tend to put way too much paint on my paintbrush. Now that did not go according to what my plan wanted to be. I wanted it to be not that. Not that. I wanted some blue there, but I didn't want it like that. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna just pretend that never happened. See? All gone. I needed the blue. I wanted that darker blue in there, but that was certainly the wrong spot for that. That's a little better, because there's not enough of this blue in my eyes. In my eyes, there needs to be some more of this. It needs to just carry its weight in here. Like it just needs to shine a little bit more. Sometimes you just look at something and it's not, see, that was almost what I was talking about, where my paint was about to do its own little thing. Okay, I think we're about there. Feels out of proportion, but something's not right now. Sometimes it gets too... Once I get going, then I have a hard time deciding that I have or I haven't gotten it in the right order. Okay, that helped. That helped. And now we just need... Okay, one more little moment. I think we're about there. All right. So we sign this O for Owen, since he helps me with the backgrounds. And then L and B. Yesterday he was so happy when I was talking to him. I told him that I did my last treatment, and when I told him that, he said, I said, do you know what that means? He said, it means we get to go back to yoga, which I'm glad he likes yoga, and I'm glad that it's helping him and everything. So we will go back to yoga. But I thought it was great, but I thought it was funny how he said it. So I was happy. Anyways, there we go. So, all right. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.